Imagine a world where the stethoscope is as deadly as a sword, and medical knowledge is the most potent form of magic in a realm ruled by warlords and monsters. You are a modern physician thrust through a portal into a brutal medieval fantasy landscape where germ theory is heresy and surgery is sorcery. But when you realize that your odd methods, sanitation, antibiotics, and triage, are not just saving lives, but disrupting the very power structures of this new world, you understand that healing isn't just a profession, it's a revolution. Welcome to the Odd Doctor, the first pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Sergei Izmailov's historical portal progression fantasy series. If you love portal fantasy tropes, medical progression, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a protagonist master a hostile society through grit, ingenuity, and superior intellect, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical survival with the profound weight of ethical duty. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's disorienting arrival in a plague-ridden village, thrusting them into a race against time to stop an outbreak before the local lord burns the settlement to the ground. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of herbs and decay, the hum of latent mana, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are executed as a witch. Izmailov excels at capturing the psychological toll of living in a malleable reality, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of progress made across centuries. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular healer-hero trope and the brilliant metagaming dynamic. This isn't just about leveling up, it's about understanding the hidden patterns of the system, exploiting glitches in reality, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who think they know your every move. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying, chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of the Odd Doctor lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. The Odd Doctor is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Sergei Izmailov has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.